Mark Z. Baghdad and Erbil on the threshold of a historic agreement, oil, salaries, and non-oil revenues nearing conclusion. There's some real breakthroughs. He quotes an article from Tuesday. This is Thursday. We talked about that on Tuesday. I guess my Iraqi sources were correct on Monday, where they told me to expect a big Tuesday. They are working on mechanisms and even working on a budgetary change to facilitate the HCL law and oil coming out of the Erbil region. And guys, my guys pointed to there were a few things that needed to be done in the judiciary about the HCL. So they're in line with what Mark's saying. It says, via Wiser now, remember the 8 world leaders from Europe that were in the White House signing off documents, signing things. It was all for the peace with Russia and Ukraine. I can tell you that all of that was finished and signed off. This is tough. I can tell you that all of that was finished and signed off. Did we have to have that peace happen before we went for exchanges? The answer was yes. According to Bruce's sources, it says now we don't know until, we don't know that. We didn't know that until now. What has to happen from now on to get us notified, to get us paid? It looks as though there were a little bit more time. It says, I can tell you that all of this was finished and signed off. Did we have to have that peace happen before we went for exchanges? The answer was yes. We didn't know that until now. What has to happen from now to get us notified, to get us paid? It looks as though there's a little bit more time that is needed for the process to finish occurring. And I can't tell you exactly when, but this was a milestone. To have that peace agreement finished, I think that we're in really good shape. It is coming, and it should be this month, the month of August. I'm content to know that we're on the right track. Everything's moving, and I appreciate him as well as everybody else who contributes to my summary. And then last night, it says, Frank 26 notes, I wanted to bring this up. Trump gave them until the 31st to fix their monetary reform process. If they're not going to liquidate, they're going to disintegrate a lot of the banks in Iraq. Trump ain't playing. That's why we see what Trump is doing with many currencies around the world. You talk about the linchpin, you talk about the first domino. I sincerely think it's the Iraqi dinar. I agree.